Blame it on me. Say it's my fault. I don't remember the rest of the words. Welcome to In the Lounge. I am your host, Queen V, and I have with me the nice.
Yes, I am.
But sometimes nasty.
Yes, I am.
I guess we'll call him Nicey. Dude, they call Dre. What up, Dre?
Usually I say Queen V, what's good? But Nicey sounds so like it's not manly. So Last time I was manly, but Nicey is, remember that song?
Mm-hmm.
Some people call me nice.
Some people call me nasty.
Or something like that. Nicey,
Yes.
whatever. But that's Michelle A, I think it was. I'm not her, so don't call me that. But anyway.
Whatever.
But anyway. Queen V, what's the good word? What's going on?
Man, listen, I can't wait to get on the word on the street. I got stuff to talk about.
What are you talking about?
I'll wait till my segment. I'm gonna be patient, but I got some stuff to talk about.
All right, well,
I got some gossip for you.
All right, well, I ain't gonna stop that, but welcome to In the Lounge with Dre and V, episode number 35. The Catch-22 double standard. Women having their own careers. So this is going to be a touchy subject for people who got spouses, I guess husbands who have spouses that work, because, you know, there's a lot of mixed feelings about women staying home and women working and having their own careers. It causes problems within the home. So that's something we're going to talk about. But y'all know what we got to do. We got to have Queen V's word on the street. Let's do it.
It's the queen, y'all. It's the queen, y'all.
Place your ear to your speaker and get ready for Queen V's word on the street.
It's the queen, y'all. It's the queen, y'all.
So, there's so much going on in the news this week, but we're going to start with some, I guess, probably older news since the last podcast. Mary J. Blige's ex-husband. Really? He wants more money because her successful new album is all about him. Can this man sink any lower? I'm like, really? I'm like, seriously? What did she see in this man?
It's a
He
shame.
had to have shown these selfish, stupid ways long before now. I'm like, really? So now she can't even have a successful career without you getting some more of her money?
Yeah.
$35,000 a freaking month ain't enough for you?
Is that how much he gets?
Yeah, he getting something crazy like that.
Wow. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot
It
of money.
don't take that much money to get, support somebody. $35,000 a month?
Listen,
Hell, my friends making it on $40,000 a year. So $35,000 is more than enough to take care of some selfish guy who's trying to get more money off of a woman who sings songs about his punk ass.
he mad because she glowing up. Ow.
Can you imagine if I made a song based on the shit that I go through in my life and them asking me for money because I'm gaining my money for their issues that they had with me? That's ridiculous. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to keep interrupt. Go ahead.
So anyway, news on the street, or word on the street, I should say, right? Tamar and Vince are getting a divorce.
Yay! Woo!
That is not nice.
It is nice.
That is not nice. So Tamar is divorcing Vince. And apparently, you know, there was those claims a few months ago about him apparently biting her in the middle of an argument. Well, don't do that. But
shit is
Tamar
that?
is kind of hinting at that he's been cheating a lot, has several girlfriends, and that she's just had enough.
Big Vance.
And she's been trying to put on this front for the world because they look at them as role models, as what do they call it? Hashtag couples goals or marriage goals. And she didn't want to disappoint her fans, but she can't take it anymore. So I don't know. Vince, from the things that I have seen, does seem a little controlling. Tamar has gained from this relationship as well, though. So I don't know. I wish them well. Vince thinks that she's just going through a midlife crisis and that she'll be back. But
maybe. Who getting custody of the kid?
She wants custody of the kid, and apparently she already has her own apartment or condo or something that she's been living in for 3 months.
Yeah, all right.
Jill Scott got married about maybe a year and a half ago.
Right.
She's getting a divorce.
What is up with all these divorces for your word on the street? I mean, is it because
that's
of the
just
topic?
What's going on? I don't know. Is the full moon this week? I don't know what it is. I'm just giving the people what I know. Okay.
Go ahead. Everybody getting a divorce.
So instead of Jill Scott, Tamar was the one talking. This time the man is talking. And he claims that she is an evil woman. What she wants, she gets. She's got issues. And that there's no men in the family, only women. She likes her men. She likes men that she can control. And he just said he wasn't going to let her control him.
Wow. So wow.
I don't know if there's any truth to that, if I believe it.
I don't know. She acted it out real good. And why did I get married when she got even with old boy?
I don't know.
That might be the real her.
But I'm just putting it out there, y'all. Form your own opinion. And last but not least, my celebrity boo, Tyrese. And what we not gonna do on this podcast is talk about my boo. I can do that, but you cannot talk about my boo. So I'm gonna need you to stop. I'm gonna need you to stop right now.
I forgot the big long pause. Wait a minute.
I can't stand you. So he been.
Here comes the big long one. Okay, go ahead. I should be messing with him. It's about his kids, so go ahead.
Anyway, he has been, apart from his daughter, who, from what I thought, he pretty much had custody of or always had her. He's been apart from her for a while because of some alleged child abuse. The charges, from what I've read recently, have been dropped. But in the meantime, he's had a little bit of a meltdown. I would say a little bit of a nervous breakdown. I heard, too, the other day that he was admitted into the hospital, got some psych help. And, but I don't know. He said that Jada and Will gave him $5 million.
For what?
To help with his lawsuit and to stay out of, to keep his business off of social media.
Cost that much?
Yeah, apparently what do you mean? No, I'm just saying they contributed $5 million to help with the lawsuit and anything else that he's doing to try to get this custody thing figured out, and that they wanted him to stay off of social media. But Will and Jada are denying that. They said that we didn't give him $5 million.
It's probably a rumor. All that crazy stuff.
But Tyrese is the one that said it.
Oh, well, I don't know.
So I don't know. Something is definitely going on with him. I wish him all the best.
You wishing a lot of people the best today.
He's going through some things,
All right, well.
So, but his little new wife is standing right by his side, so whatever.
Hater.
Anywho, I think that's it, Oh, well, I'll talk about this when we talk about the topic.
Okay. All right.
Married to Medicine.
All right, so let's get into it.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so today's episode 35, the Catch-22 Double Standard. Women having their own careers. This is going to be a good one. This was inspired by Queen V and I watching Married to Medicine. So, Queen V, I'll let you go ahead and do the honors.
So, I haven't watched Married to Medicine in a long time, and for some reason it was on, and so I just decided to watch it. And it was the first episode of season 5, where they were talking about Dr. Jackie Walters. So Dr. Jackie is a 54-year-old OBGYN who is a 2-time breast cancer survivor and has struggled with infertility. So I think with everything going on, career-wise, that was going well. She's had issues with her health, but her career is blossoming. So that's where her focus has been. So she's married, and her career is very important to her. Her husband has said to her that he doesn't feel that they spend enough time together and that she makes her career more important than him. And that seems to be, what her main focus is. So I guess since she didn't change her focus or, spend less time at work or on her career, he decided to go out and have an affair. Apparently, the mistress didn't even know he was married. So I'm just going to put that out there because I don't want nobody mad at the mistress. Apparently, she didn't know he was married. Now, if the mistress is still around, now that she knows, that's a whole different story. But originally, she didn't know. So what I found interesting was that the women, so this Married to Medicine, some of them are women, some of them are doctors, and some of them are married to doctors. But it's a group of women that I feel like, you're supposed to be supporting each other, right? Y'all all in the same field. You get each other. I was so shocked that some of them felt like the affair was her fault.
Some of the women thought that?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
They thought it was her fault. They thought that she should have taken a step back from her career and focused on her husband. And because she did not, that the affair was her fault. My thing is, number one, even if that's what's going on in your relationship, y'all figure out a way to work with it. That does not give you the right to go out and cheat.
Right.
And possibly bring home diseases, etc. Like that doesn't give you the right to hurt someone like that.
I agree.
So if you have an issue with her career, she's not changing her career, you've exhausted all of your options to try to improve your marriage, then you separate. Take a break from each other. Divorce. But you don't just go out and get you a whole new woman. That's just stupid. And for somebody to blame that on her is dumb. And the thing that pissed me off was that if it was reversed, they would not have been blaming it on him. They would have told her she needed to have done more to keep her man. It still would have been her fault.
That's true. That's the catch-22, the double standard there. Yep.
And that really ticked me off. So I wanted to, if we could, I wanted to talk about that. Like, why is it okay for men to have these careers to keep them out of the home 10, 12, 15 hours a day, but it's not okay for a woman?
Now I'm not going to, I agree with you, but like,
You better.
I'm just saying, whatever. A lot of men will say, and a lot of people will say, I'm not going to say just men, a lot of people in society views the husband as the breadwinner. So because he is the breadwinner, they're saying probably or looking at it like, okay, he has to spend those 15, 16 hours out there making the money for the family. Now, I don't agree with this, but that's probably why people think it's okay for the husband to work these hours and not the woman, because they look at the woman being her place is home.
But see, this is that bull stuff I be talking about, because it's like, and we talked about this before in the podcast. You want me at home doing my, quote, wifely duties, being this submissive wife, but yet you ain't bringing home enough money to be the breadwinner. So I got to go out there and bring in some income too. That's number one. Number two, times have changed. Women are allowed to get an education or encouraged to get an education. Back in the day, the men got the education. The boys got the education. The women learned how to take care of home.
Mm-hmm.
We get an education just like men.
No difference from
So why shouldn't I be able to have a career because I'm a woman? And why should me choosing to have a career be my fault when something go awry in my relationship?
I think
there's a couple things with this, like,
yeah.
And then you want to be big old macho man, but you got your woman out there working. If you don't want her working, take care of her.
Totally agree. I think
I'll be a kept woman in a minute.
I think it's a little bit of ego too, and jealousy. But
I was surprised that these were women.
See, that's the surprise
But you
kick.
know
I
what?
didn't know that either.
part of me surprised it and part of me doesn't, because as women, we have been trained almost to believe the stupidity.
Yeah, it depends on those women's upbringing. They might have been brought up like, we had a friend of ours a long time ago in college who, it was like old fashioned rules. I don't know if you remember. I ain't going to say the name, but you could tell that, that's the culture of their home. You wait on the husband hand and foot, and that's just the way it is. So coming from somebody who was raised like that, I can see why they think that. So I don't know how these women on Married to Medicine were raised, the ones who were saying that it was her fault. But more than likely, I'm telling you, they probably were raised. They were probably raised in a culture like that in terms of their family, immediate family in the home.
I think it's society too. I think it's society. I think society and media plays a huge part in how people think and the stuff that comes out of their mouth. They don't think for themselves anymore. They let society and the media think for them.
See, I think society does play that role. It plays that role in society. It does play that role, but what I was talking about is the bigger influence is the culture of how they were raised within their home. For those particular women, not everybody in society, but those particular women that were saying that it's her fault.
I don't think that's what it is. I don't think that's what it is. I find it very hard to believe that there's multiple women in that same circle. Keep in mind that not all of these women are married to men. I mean, married to doctors. A lot of them are the doctors themselves that are saying this to her. A lot of them are women that have these great careers themselves. And not all of them were saying that it was her fault, but there were a couple. And I just was really, I don't know. I get what you're saying about sometimes how you're raised, but this was different.
And you know what's funny?
This is society as a norm.
Yeah, because one of the guys, like one of the wives, I guess she was saying that it wasn't her fault. So she asked her husband, "Are you still going to be friends with him, with the guy that cheated?" And he was like, "Yeah." So, okay, you want to be friends with him? That's cool. That's you. But then he said, she should have gave more of her time to him. And then the wife asked him, "Well, what if it was reversed? What if he cheated?" And the guy was like something like, she has to be understanding. And, basically he was saying if he cheated, wouldn't he be his fault? Now, that's more ignorant than that. That's the most ignorant. Oh my goodness.
That goes back to this double standard. When a man cheats, you're supposed to forgive. You're supposed to accept his flaws. And you're supposed to move on. I mean, look at this. Kevin Hart is already out there. They got a whole comedy, skit around his whole freaking, marital affairs. But when a woman cheats, that's it. Man cuts her off. He's gone. He ain't accepting no apologies. He don't want to hear it. That to me is dumb and crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think there's a little ego in that. I really do. But I think it's ignorant for men to and women to think that, well, you should have gave more of your time. That's bullshit. That's what it is.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that marriage is a commitment and it takes a lot of hard work. So if your husband is telling you, "Baby, you're not home enough. Baby, I need more of this from you," then you should try to do what you can to compromise. I'm not saying to give up your career, but to compromise a little. Meet him halfway. Go to counseling. See how y'all can work through this. That, however, does not give him the okay to cheat because she ain't getting on board with what you asking for in a timely fashion. And knowing that this woman is a highly recognized doctor, not even just from TV, but just from her clients, knowing who her husband is, why would you be out traveling with this chick? They got pictures of them. TMZ got pictures of him and his mistress in a freaking airport. Yeah. You can't even be discreet. Like, come on, man.
I feel like nobody knows him.
Nah, they know you. I mean, this is only season 5 of Married to Medicine, and the fact that this mistress is saying she didn't know he was married, she must not be watching no television.
She probably out of touch with TV. Well, she say she is anyway. But
you see my face right now? I wish they could see my face right now.
I'm just saying, like, these careers that women have, it causes different.
Be careful.
It causes its own issues, and I have a list.
What do you mean these women? Women,
Okay.
these careers these women have.
I take it
think
back.
you need to
Let me
reword that
rephrase it.
sentence because
I'm
I'm about to
not
get a little
going to edit
pissed up
this,
in
but
here.
I will rephrase it. Women who have careers, okay? There are a lot of people in society, many of them men, who say women having careers causes issues in the marriage, and I have a list of some of those issues.
Sounds a little better. I don't need you to.
Okay.
I don't need you to say it so slowly next
One of
time,
the
like I
lists,
didn't understand you the first
One
time.
Whatever. One of the lists. I mean, one of the things on the list is women who have their careers are less likely to get married to their boyfriends or whatever, significant others. They're less likely to get married because they so focused on their careers. Agree or no?
Maybe it's not that because they're so focused on their career.
Agree or no?
Maybe it's because
Agree or no?
they're
Then
a
you can give
strong
me your
enough
excuse.
man to handle that woman in her career.
So you disagree? That's all you had to say. Say I disagree, and then give me an
I
explanation.
agree.
You didn't have to go
I
into
agree.
it.
I disagree. I
Okay.
do both. I'm neutral. Is there a neutral button?
Whatever. No, there's not.
C.
So
Final answer.
whatever. So career women are more likely to get a divorce. Do you agree with that?
It's because these punk ass men
Yes
can't
or
handle it.
no? Disagree
Because
or
these punk ass men can't
do
handle
you agree
a
or
woman with a fat
do
paycheck.
you agree or disagree?
I don't agree. C. Final answer.
Idiot. All right. See, she's more likely to cheat with the career. Now, these are people like saying, mainly men. She's more likely to cheat with the career.
Why is she more likely to cheat? Because men with these
Do you
fabulous
agree?
careers cheat?
Do
I mean,
you-
what are you saying here? I'm confused.
Do you agree?
A cheater is a cheater. It don't matter what kind of
Why won't
career you
this
got.
lady answer me. Do you agree?
I know plenty
I'm
of
gonna-
women that are housewives that are
She's just
cheating
gonna
because
keep
their man
talking.
ain't home.
She's just gonna keep talking. Do you? I guess you disagree. Okay, I'm gonna stop my list.
What do you think? Because you asking me all these questions.
I disagree with all of this.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So, you're more likely not to have kids. Go ahead, Big Mouth. Come on, Big Mouth.
It depends.
Stuck on words now, ain't you?
It depends because if they are very career driven, they may not want children unless they have a spouse who is willing to kind of take on that normally maternal side of parenting so that she can focus on her career, which I've seen happen, and it happens well.
All right. How about this one? Women who have careers more likely have their house dirtier. Like if they have a husband, the house will be more dirty than what it usually is because the woman's not home. That's insinuating that women do cleaning all the time. So I don't really like that one. I disagree with it.
I mean,
You
I
gave
think
me an
that
answer.
no, I think that women are nurturers by nature.
Okay.
So we do things that men aren't going to typically do. So if we are out working and carrying on, more frequently, then maybe things at the home aren't getting taken care of like they should. But that's where that balance comes in. That's where the man needs to help step up and do his part too. Like the woman's out here with this career and you want her to come home, cook, clean, change your babies, do homework. You want them to do it all.
All right.
But if you got a decent career, you just got a housekeeper come to the house every 2 weeks. I don't understand why your house dirty. I'm going to need you to handle your business.
All right. So the last one, the husband or both parties in the relationship may be unhappy because she would make more money than he would.
That's just dumb too.
Okay.
I'm not going to be unhappy because you making more money than me.
I know I'm not. I know I'm not.
But there's a lot of men that feel that way.
Not me.
So, but should you, you marrying these powerful women for a reason, but then you jealous of these powerful women. That don't even make no sense to me.
Yeah, just straight up jealous.
Like, I don't understand. You wanted her because she was powerful and strong and independent, but you mad at her for all those same reasons.
Just straight.
And then you out there cheating and gonna blame all them reasons for why your marriage didn't work. When really it's your insecurities.
jealousy and insecurities.
And I
Queenie,
mean,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
didn't mean to
and just to kind of recap, because I know that's what's coming next.
Final thoughts. That's right. Give me the final thoughts.
I think that, sometimes careers can get in the way of marriage. Marriage does take a lot of work, but I do think that going into a relationship, those are things you need to think about. If you're in a relationship and this person has a career and they're career driven, you need to think about, is this something that I can live with? Because they're not going to change their drive just because they say I do.
That's true.
They show you who they are before y'all get to that point.
Yep.
As long as you ain't, marrying somebody you just met yesterday, they show you who they are. So if that's not something that you think you can handle, then maybe that's not the person that you should be getting married to. And I believe that, in my opinion, people are so quick to give up on their marriage. They're so quick to walk away that you come up with any excuse for your behavior. She's always been a OBGYN. She's always had crazy hours. I mean, she's a doctor that delivers freaking babies. You knew that going in. To blame her not being available for your infidelity is just a punk ass excuse for your stupidity. It just is. And for these women who are supposed to be her sisters and to have her back, now don't get me wrong is wrong. So if you see your girl doing something that she ain't supposed to be doing, you need to call her on her sugar and honey iced tea. But to tell her that it is her fault that her man decided to put his little Peter in somebody else's little JJ is just dumb, stupid, and you need new friends.
All right. Thank you for those final thoughts.
You're welcome. That pissed me off, man. I'm like, y'all supposed to be her support system, but you tell her it's her fault? Get out of here.
Okay, so now that Queen V has just let it all out, we will now.
What are your final thoughts?
The same as yours.
You know
we
what?
Will now,
No.
We will now.
You always doing that. I want to know what your thoughts are.
I agree with you. I keep telling you all the time. I agree.
In
That's
your
it.
own words, what are your thoughts?
Husbands need to stop worrying about that BS. Stop being so jealous. You married her. That was part of the plan. When you married her, you knew what she was about. You knew her job, and you knew all of that. So get over it. You said yes. When you said I do, you said I do to marrying her. You said I do to taking care of her. You said I do to loving her. You said I do agree to what you do. You said I do to accept all those hours that she worked. You said all of that. So,
but if you've expressed to her that something is making you unhappy and she hasn't changed, what would you do?
I try to work it out.
And if you couldn't work it out, what would you do?
Then we'd have to file for a divorce. So those are my final thoughts.
But you wouldn't just go out and get you a
Absolutely
side piece
not.
while she
Absolutely
she get back on track.
Absolutely not.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, you still love her. You just want her back on track. So why not go get you a little side piece?
No, forget that.
Good answer.
You work it out.
I'm just checking.
Anyway, now that we got that over with, we will now have my Stew Nod of the Week. So y'all know what it is. Stew Nod of the Week. That stupid person that does stupid things all the stupid time. So I forgot what my Stew Nod of the Week, what it was going to be, but I do remember.
I can't with this dude.
I do remember. Let me get his name here. I'm looking it up right now because Queen V actually, excuse me.
I'm switching our name. It's going to be In the Lounge with V and Dre because you ain't on top of your game.
Anyway.
You only had one list. You normally have two. And now you don't even remember who your Stew Nod is. This your freaking up.
I know who what he did and all of that. I just don't know his name.
I'm gonna need you to do your research, sir.
Our Stew Nod of the Week.
Show notes, nothing. He reading off his phone.
Let me
kind
see.
Of foolishness.
What is this idiot's name? Let me find out. I'm trying to figure out his name here. They don't have his name. What an idiot.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Nope, that's not it either. They won't give his name. Looks like they're not giving up his name. Oh, here it is.
We didn't waste 2 minutes with your foolishness.
So our Stew Nod of the Week is Jared Schmidl. Jared Schmidl, a 40-year-old white man out of California.
Why you gotta call him a white man like that?
Because I'm reading it. I'm just reading it. And me saying that he's white is significant to why he's Stew Nod of the Week because this fool decides to rob a bank and before he robbed the bank, before he went in there, he decided to, what did they call it? What's the proper term for it?
Blackface?
Yeah. Give himself a black face, to make it seem like he's a black guy. Now, I'm gonna post a picture of him without the black face, and then I'm gonna post a picture of him with the black face on the show notes, and you'll see how different he looks. So he did that just to make it seem like it was a black man robbing the bank, and to try to, I guess, strengthen the stereotype of, okay, it's a black man robbing the bank. So for that, did I say Gerard or Jared?
I cannot. With
Whatever
this
your
dude.
name is, you don't deserve.
You about to be the student out of the week if you don't get this sugar honey.
You don't
iced tea
deserve
right.
to get you don't deserve to have your name right anyway. So I'm going to say, Jared, you are student out of the week. You dumb, hypocritical, racist behind self. Yeah, that's crazy. You put a black face on you just to go rob a bank. Like, ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
You student out of the week, fool. And that's all I'm going to say about you. You don't do that. That's ignorant.
That is ignorant. That's just dumb.
All right.
But that's, he got that stereotype. That's what we do. So.
Yep. We don't all rob banks. We work. All right. So, Queen V, we are now going to have Queen V's words of wisdom. Queen V, take it away.
So I think I've said enough. So he's shaking his head. Yes. You know what? That's foul. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I'm just going to do a quote. Since we talked about, divorce and the word on the street and, the infidelity going on in Dr. Jackie's marriage. I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. And this quote that I once heard says, "Your marriage will not be defined by the size of your struggles, but by the size of your commitment to overcome the struggles." That's all I got.
There you have it. Queen V's words of wisdom. Y'all heard it straight from Queen V. Queen V, you did it again. Queen V, you did it again.
Thanks.
So we like to thank you. We like to thank you for tuning in. If you missed any of the episodes, you can go to weinthelounge.com/episodes and you will get to see all the episodes that you missed. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. We'd love to hear what you have to say. You can go to our Facebook group, In the Lounge with Dre and V. We would love to hear from you, hear some of your ideas, and we just want you to get more involved. So shoot us a message. We'll be glad to, chit chat it up with you. And leave some comments on the show notes. Let me know what you think. All right. So thank you again for tuning in. This is Dre and Queen V, and we are out of here.
Peace.
Peace.